Hello, Prelude people. I'm back here in my workshop at 4 a.m. and I've been having some drivability issues with my car the last few days, and so I wanted to show you guys what I found, which I've actually found on a couple of customer vehicles as well, and I'll show you the fix that I've come up with for it. There's no great solution at the moment that I have found. I'm working on possibly something, but I'm gonna have to get back to you. Let's just get into it. So these guys here on the bottoms of the float bowls are the economizer jets or power valves or whatever you'd like to call them, and they operate these little spring-loaded valves like this right here. It's a little spring pin, and the diaphragm pushes on it. This is an old crusty one, but this basically sits in here like this with a spring on the back like this. So this whole assembly goes in here with the spring, right? Spring, diaphragm, and then this guy sits down inside of there. And then when the spring is putting pressure, it's pushing the valve in, which allows extra fuel. And then whenever there's vacuum applied to these tubes, it pulls the diaphragm down and it releases the pin and closes the valve, and you get better economy for on the highway or when you're idling or stuff like that. So what's happening is all of these diaphragms are going defective. I don't know if you can see, if the camera will focus. Come on, focus. So right here by my thumbnail, there's a line there. And that's actually the rubber has split open. And it allows the fuel to pass when there's vacuum on the backside of it. So every kit that I've purchased, whether it's a GP Sorensen or a Walker or standard motor product, it doesn't seem to matter what kit I'm getting, these diaphragms fail after a few weeks of operation with modern fuels. And I think it's the ethanol that's eating the rubber. So I've been in contact with a manufacturer that makes carburetor parts, and I'm trying to see if I can have them make these out of a different type of rubber that is ethanol safe, because this is kind of a pain in the ass. Everybody is kind of in the same boat, unfortunately. But yeah, so what we're going to do is bypass the circuit by basically jumpering a piece of vacuum line from here to here. When this goes on like this, just put a piece of vacuum tube right across here. Editor Tim O'Lude here. I wanted to also point out that on the USDM models, they actually have the ports on those bottoms of the float bowls oriented in a different direction. Instead of facing each other, they face out, away from each other. You could theoretically switch one side for the other side and then connect them exactly how they're shown in the video as I'm showing. Or you could just get some caps, some like vacuum port caps, and just plug those ports on the outward facing ends and eliminate the vacuum on it, because otherwise it just sucks the fuel out of here and straight into the intake manifold via the vacuum line. So I prefer to put them into economy mode, which is take the spring out and put the diaphragm back in, put your cover back on, put your screws, tighten it down, put a piece of vacuum tube, and it eliminates that issue. It will maybe not have as much power on acceleration, but you may not even notice it, honestly. Or put the spring in and have it permanently open and just understand that your fuel economy is not going to be as good as it should be. So I'm not even going to open this one because I know for sure that it's full of fuel. So yeah, that's what I have found, and my recommendation for anyone who is doing their own rebuild or has done it and is having problems, inspect these guys. Even though the diaphragms are new, they're most likely failed if you live in a region that has ethanol in the fuel. I could be wrong on this, but from what I've seen here in Canada, that's been an issue. So if anybody has any comments or anything, feel free to reach out via the website. You can email, Facebook, put a comment down below if you want. And if you've got any questions, I'll try and answer them as best I can. Obviously, I'm here to, try and help other people with their similar issues. So there we have it. Short little video, a little bit of an update, and we'll see you in the next one.